Okay, so I just watched Stephen A. Smith's YouTube channel, and once again he revisit the topic. It's a trending topic for content creators. This is a trending topic. Okay, you should be talking about this topic. But for those who've been living under a rock, allow your boy to explain. I feel like it was what 5-6 days ago. Fox Sports One have announced that Skip Bayless will no longer be on Undisputed. And I think his official last show is going to be at the end of the summer. Skip Bayless has still not yet addressed this, neither on social media, on his YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure he's going to talk about his departure from Fox Sports 1 on the last day, his last show on Fox Sports 1. And I'm pretty sure he's going to, talk about his future endeavors and his future plans and things of that nature. But this is a hot button topic that everyone has been, pouncing on. Stephen A. Smith, pretty much on his YouTube channel, Marcellus Wiley, the Dreamers Pro podcast, Ticket TV, WA, myself, it's a trending topic. So Stephen A. Smith revisit the topic again because ESPN released a statement a couple of days ago saying that they're happy with the current roster for ESPN and they have no future plans of hiring Skip Bayless, and they wished the best of luck of him. Now I will say this, the powers that be at ESPN and the people who run ESPN has no connection or bias or hatred towards Skip Bayless. They never worked with Skip Bayless. The people that worked with, they gave Skip Bayless his shot at ESPN and his connection in the press world, they're non-existent. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's people out. Everyone knows who Skip Bayless is, but they really don't have a real connection with Skip Bayless. And the only people that know Skip Bayless and may have a connection with Skip Bayless, I know Stephen A. Smith has a great friendship with Stephen A. Smith. I don't think they communicate on the regular. You can clearly tell from the first video he uploaded. Shannon Sharpe is just moving on. It's not the fact that he doesn't want to work with Skip Bayless, but he's not going to push the fact that they desperately seek and Susan needs Skip Bayless as well as Stephen A. Smith. Molly has she worked with Skip Bayless. I don't know how their relationship is. I don't even think they have a relationship. They used to be co-workers. Okay. And, we all should identify with this. You leave a job. When you're at a job, you have some great relationships with these people that you work with. You go on to a new job. Chances are the majority of the people that you worked with, you no longer, communicate with them, or they're no longer connected to you. I'm pretty sure they will say good praising things about you, but it's not like they're going to move with you to your new job, or they're going to continue to have a relationship with you just because you have a new job. It's just the way of the beast. It's the nature of the business, okay, of any type, of any walk of life, of business. And that's what Skip Bayless is facing. Now, I feel like it's that. And two, Skip Bayless is 71. I think he's 71, 72. It's not like Skip Bayless's name is up there, that it's a highly requested name. And, like Shannon Sharpe, he has, Skip Bayless has a fan base, but I don't think is as large of a fan base as Shannon Sharpe or Pat McAfee. And I know a lot of people hate to believe this, but Stephen A. Smith has a fan base as well. So Skip Bayless, he has a fan base. I don't think it's that large, and they're not going to push the doors open at the worldwide leader of sports of ESPN, and practically he can just walk in and do what he wants to do. It just doesn't work that way. And I think another thing is Today's media is a lot softer. It's not one-sided as it used to be back when back when Skip Bayless, was in his 30s or in his 40s, as 20s as well, where the media world runs sports media. Now, sports media is being run and orchestrated by several different layers of personalities. It's the sports athletes, it's the owners, it's the coaches, it's the media, it's personalities, it's celebrities, it's agencies. Sports media has evolved and changed differently, like back in the 60s and 70s and the 80s, somewhat of the 90s. It's just not being run by the media world, by the press world, okay? Where the press had this high understanding that, they're going to write the articles that they want to write. They're going to make the shows that they want to make. Now, not so much. You got content creators, influencers, athletes. The list goes on and on. Everyone's talking about sports. Okay, so it's not gatekept like it was back then. And Skip Bayless has a slew of enemies, or enemies and people that are not going to give him lend him a helping hand to join another network or speak glowingly about him, or it's more gatekeep than ever. It's just the media is not doing the gatekeeping. The press world is not doing, the media world is not doing the gatekeeping. It's much more bigger than that. And Skip Bayless has enemies, but he also has people that are not going to push for him. And one of them is Stephen A. Smith. I think they're cool, but I don't, why would Stephen A. Smith want to push for Skip Bayless? I think that type of format that Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith had is no more. You don't have to have a debate show. I mean, it's set up to be a debate show, but in this world and in this climate, everyone takes offense of any type of criticism or just anything. It could be lighthearted, it could be severe. And we're living in a world where you can't be real and authentic and just speak your mind. Sometimes you have to put filters on what you actually said, what you actually are saying. And another thing, I don't think a lot of people are harping on this. I don't hear it from a lot of videos. Is even though they have a friendship, Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, and Stephen A. Smith is cut from the same cloth, cut from the same world as Skip Bayless. But the difference between these two guys are Stephen A. Smith is growing with the world. He's trying to get into where he can fit in. And Skip Bayless says, no, I'm going to do it my way. And sometimes, that could be perceived as being hard-headed and not changing with the times. Not only not changing with the time, but not even respecting the times. Okay, this is the climate that we're in, unfortunately. And in this climate, you don't need someone that's going to, you see them every morning and they don't have anything good to say about your favorite player or about your favorite team or about your favorite owner, or, your whoever. And, in this climate, you have to get into where you fit it. People in this era, people don't want to hear just bad things about their favorite person or team that they follow. They want to hear some good things about them. Okay, they don't mind hearing, that they're losing. They don't mind hearing that their stats are not what they were last season, but they don't want to constantly constantly hear that on a day in and day out basis. And this is the climate that we're in. People that are likable, people want to hear likable things about those people. And, we don't have the Barry Bonds of the world, the villains, okay? They tried to make LeBron James into a villain when he went to the Miami Heat. Look how that turned out, okay? It's just not a lot of dislike. There's not a lot of dislike people in sports world. Yeah, I know people are gonna say, "What about Jerry Jones?" Okay, what about there are the exceptions to the rule, but it's not that many exceptions to the rule. Okay, despite what you think about Jerry Jones, the Dallas Cowboys are what they say America's team. The Dallas Cowboys, people want to hear about the Dallas Cowboys, and it's more so about the players now than the teams. The teams are not the main meal. The teams are the appetizers. The main meal is the players. And it's in basketball, it's in football, it's in baseball. It's more about the players and less about the teams. We're phasing out of being a fan of a team and being more of a fan of the players. That's just the climate we're living in. Now, if you want to blame LeBron James for that, go for it. But this is the era that we're in, and unfortunately, Skip Bayless does not fit in this time. Skip Bayless, he bashes a lot of players, and a lot of people that are fans of these players don't want to hear that on a day in and day out basis. And despite all this talking from Marcellus Wiley saying, "Oh, nobody wants to work with Skip Bayless," and Stephen A. Smith saying, "Well, Stephen A. ESPN released a statement saying that they have no plans of hiring Skip Bayless, and he's 100% behind what ESPN." What else y'all wanted him? What else y'all wanted Stephen A. Smith to say? Okay, what else did y'all want him to say? Of course, he's going to be for the company. The company is going to give him his contract and then some. Okay, he's going to be the first $100 million sports personality in sports media. What did y'all expected him to say? Okay, that's a lot of money, and that's a lot of, you need to figure out who you're loyal to. And right now, Skip Bayless Stephen A. Smith is loyal to ESPN because, ESPN is going to give him what he wants. So what else did y'all wanted him to say? Did y'all think he was going to really go to bat for Skip Bayless? And why would you go to bat for Skip Bayless when A, you're getting your money, and B, Shannon Sharpe is getting his money, and maybe Shannon Sharpe is not in no big rush to work with Skip Bayless. And I made several videos. I think it was last year when the possibility of Stephen A. Smith walking away from ESPN and the possibility of Skip Bayless walking away from Fox Sports 1, and they either going to join Wonder Twin Powers, activate and form this sports media titan, and they was going to either go in hand to hand at ESPN or Fox Sports 1 and get and just run roughshod over the networks, or do their own thing. And I was big on that fact because you saw a lot of people transitioning from being working for the networks to working on their own. Okay, Marcellus Wiley created his YouTube channel. You started seeing Skip Bayless slow to the gate, doing YouTube. Stephen A. Smith was slow at the gates doing YouTube, but he's finally on YouTube because they saw what Shannon Sharpe was doing on YouTube, and everyone said, "Oh, well, if Shannon Sharpe can do it, I can do it as well." I think Marcellus Wiley's the reason why Marcellus Wiley is doing YouTube because Fox Sports 1 doesn't are highly confident of bringing back Marcellus Wiley as well as Fox Sports 1. And he had no other alternatives but to do content creating on a full-time level at YouTube. And you can make some money on YouTube. Okay, let's not get it twisted and confused. But that was 2 years ago. I think now a lot of influencers, a lot of content creators are trying to get these network deals, and they're slowly finally realizing that YouTube changes. 1 year you can be making a lot of money, next year you may not be making a lot of money, and you just can't. In other words, you can't use YouTube as your prime source of income. Now, Marcellus Wiley, he's already gotten the bag, so he doesn't really necessarily have to worry about that. Stephen A. Smith already got the bag and then some with ESPN, so he doesn't have to go full-time as a content creator on YouTube. Skip Bayless has made his money. He already gotten several bags, and he doesn't really need YouTube as its main source of income. I'm pretty sure he's going to expand his YouTube channel, maybe do podcasts and sit-down interviews and things of that nature. And we talked about it in the last video. I'm not going to regurgitate what I talked about in the last video. Go check out the last video. But there's no big demand or climate for Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless refused to change with the times. Skip Bayless still believed in Skip Bayless. And Skip Bayless's mindset didn't change. Skip Bayless still went back to his old bag of tricks, debating and throwing stuff on the wall, hoping for it to stick, not really trying to make friends, just speaking his mind, saying his points and things of that nature. And that's why Skip Bayless finds himself on the outside looking in. Now, Skip Bayless is 71 years old. Skip Bayless is not going to change, folks. He's just not going to change for like another network. Let's just say CNN or any type of network, Amazon. In order for Skip Bayless to get those types of bags, he's going to have to change, and he's going to start being likable. And he's 71. He's at the end of the road. I just don't see Skip Bayless changing this late in the game just to get on a network. If a network wants Skip Bayless, you got to accept him for what he is. And I just don't think there's no major network out there that wants to accept Skip Bayless for the way he is. Or streaming service like Paramount. You would think all these streaming services that are dying for content will love to have a Skip Bayless, or Netflix, or Hulu, or HBO Max. All these streaming services are dying need for content. Amazon, there's no market for Skip Bayless. I'm sorry, it just isn't. And unfortunately, people want to put their money behind people that are likable, not the person that you love to hate. Okay, I think that era is gone. You either likable or that's it. You can't make money for a network being the guy people love to hate. People are not going to constantly religiously watch you. And I think Skip Bayless's antics, people put up with it because Skip Bayless was smart. He paired himself with a Stephen A. Smith. Back in when Stephen A. Smith was younger, Stephen A. Smith was likable. Okay? Now, when he got older, people have their hostilities towards Stephen A. Smith. They say he bug danced. I don't think Stephen A. Smith bug danced. They say some not so nice things about Stephen A. Smith now. And when Skip Bayless went to Fox Sports 1, he brought along Shannon Sharpe, but Shannon Sharpe is likable. Okay. I really do need to do a video on Club Shay Shay and why nobody no longer wants to be interviewed by Shannon Sharpe, and people think that it's gatekeeping in the entertainment world, and people feel like a Steve Harvey, people that Cat Williams ridiculed on Club Shay Shay. People are having resentments, or no longer want to do it. No longer want Shannon Sharpe to do an interview with him. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, that's it, folks. Skip Bayless, and I said this last week. Skip Bayless's future, and I'm gonna say it real fast, real quick. I don't think no major network is going to pick him up. I don't think no streaming service is going to pick him up. I said in last week's video, as far as, network, something major like that, maybe Mad Dog Sports picks him up on their satellite radio, and Skip Bayless do satellite radio. That's an older audience, an older demographic, that will fit perfectly with Skip Bayless. Or Skip Bayless just go full-time as a content creator on YouTube. And, people are always talking about, Skip Bayless had over 100K subscribers and 300K in subscribers. And, Marcellus Wiley say, well, I done passed him. Okay. But, and Stephen A. Smith echoed the same sentiments. I think he watched Stephen A. Smith when Stephen A. Smith said, well, I got into YouTube late and I got like 300K subscribers. I got more subscribers than Skip Bayless. Okay. That's fine and all. You can have 1 million subscribers, but the subscribers don't matter if they're not watching your content. Now, so you can have as many subscribers you want, but if you as a content creator on YouTube, what would they want to have more of? The views or the subscribers? Particularly a subscriber that had already met their recommendations. Do they want the views? Do they want 300K subscribers, or do they want 1 million views? They're gonna want the 1 million views. 1 million views can take you anywhere. Okay. If you don't believe me, ask Shannon Sharpe. Okay, so yeah, that's all I got for today, guys. Tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next week. All right, deuces.